All right, my name is Neal Gafford. I own a machine shop in Saraland, Alabama. Met Lewis Archer through a small machine shop job he needed done quite some time ago. A few months back, Lewis came in, introduced himself with a colleague, mentioned Washington National Insurance, wanted to know what I had for maybe accidental policy or several other policies, and I said that yes, I had a accidental policy through Aflac Insurance, and he said he'd like to compare the two for me to look at, see if I might be interested in them. I did pick up the Washington National Insurance policy. Approximately about a month and a half after we'd picked the policy up, I had a fall off of my back porch at my house where we were all outside just enjoying the afternoon. I leaned up against the railing on my porch, turned around to speak to my dogs that had came up in the yard behind me, and the porch railing gave way, and I dropped about 8 feet onto my right shoulder. Took a ride to the emergency room with my wife. Got in, they got me fixed up pretty much to the point that I was able to go home that night. Of course, the emergency room charged us $200 to go through the emergency room, and even though I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, it still cost me a $200 copayment to get in there. I called Lewis and said, I've had an accident. Now what do we do? Lewis was quick to respond. Within a day he was here at the shop, had me a form to fill out, had a form to send to my orthopedic guy, and basically everything's, 2 sheets basically, simple, fill out. I think I actually gave them to you and you sent them in, if I'm not mistaken. It took probably almost a week to get the information sheet filled out and back from an orthopedic group. But after I gave it to Lewis, about 4 days later, I had a check in the mail from Washington National Insurance Company. Actually 2 checks. And I was quite surprised. I was expecting the check to cover my copayment to be in the emergency room. Where I paid $200, they paid me $500. But the $2,500 check was a surprise. I'd not really sat down and looked at the breakdown of what they would pay. As it turned out, for multiple dislocations, they paid me basically $2,500. I'd only made maybe 2 of my monthly payments before I'd already made a claim on this insurance. Now I hope that I don't have to make another claim, but it is very, very, very assuring to know that this is a smooth process, low hassle. You're apprehensive whenever you look at an insurance policy because you don't know, I haven't had an accident in 20 years. I'm going to be spending this money. You don't know when you're going to need it. You may not need it. So in your back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm throwing this money away. And then what kind of hassle is it going to be to actually get these benefits? But I can honestly say there is no hassle there. It is money well spent. I don't get behind many causes. I don't get involved with a whole lot of stuff. This is a good policy. For the money, I would recommend it to anyone.